Thank you for joining me, everyone. In this episode of European Car Talk, we're going to talk about dealing with people. Now, I don't care what you do for a living. You could be a teacher, you could be a firefighter, you could be a computer systems analyst who's on the computer all the time. But guess what? You got to go to the grocery store, or if you don't go to the grocery store, you got to deal with people. You got to interact with people. It's a part of life. Now, again, I know and I'm aware that people who are watching this could be older, could be younger, could have a lot of experience, a little experience, but I'm just going to give my insights because I am in the business of sales and making big sales, large purchases. And so why is that important? Because when you talk about money, believe it or not, you hit emotion. Why? Because people are really, really careful with their money, if that makes sense, especially these days. And so, what advice can I give you? You are going to encounter people who are angry, who are hostile, who think you want to cheat them, who are angry because at home, maybe they had a huge bill to pay and now they're upset at you. Maybe they had a death in the family and they're upset at you. The reasons don't matter, but the thing is, you will encounter difficult people. Now, here's the thing. Here's some tips that I'm going to give you on how to deal with people no matter what you do. Number one, I've tried it, guys. I've tried to be upset. I've tried to be angry. You know, meet force with force. They're upset. Guess what? I'm going to get more upset. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. I've tried it. I've seen it. I've seen other people try it. It really doesn't do well for business, first of all. And it doesn't do well for long-lasting relationship in terms of a business relationship. So definitely don't do that. I always say, if people are upset, if they're angry, meet it with professional courtesy. Alright? You can be professionally courteous. Doesn't mean that inside you agree, doesn't mean inside you're happy. Why is that so important? Well, first of all, it diffuses the situation. Even though they're really high up here, you're not escalating, you're de-escalating. And so if you're screaming, they're going to be screaming. If you're not screaming and you're talking really low, then guess what? They have no reason to keep talking high. They're going to come down. And so that is something that's always worked with me, keeping your composure. Now you're going to say, Rick, that's so difficult. That's so hard. I can't keep my composure with some of these people. I'm with you on that. I so completely agree that it's so hard to keep that type of positive, nice, courteous, professional attitude. How do you do it? Practice. That's all I can tell you. Wherever you can, in any situation, no matter how difficult or how much animosity or anger is directed toward you, you just meet it back with positivity. The more you do it, the more proficient and efficient you will be at it. And it'll be easier, and you'll just be doing it all the time. So yes, there's no harm in treating people well. But you might ask me, Rick, what if someone is completely wrong? What if someone is just trying to pick a fight, just trying to get me to maybe return money for a product that, you know, they just want their money back, or they just want to take advantage of me? I'm with you on that. I completely agree. There are people like that. I deal with them all the time. But guess what? It's not that big of a deal. Why? Well, sometimes it's better to break ties with that person who's giving you lots of trouble, lots of headache and heartache. If you're out a few $100, give that back to them, but then you need to make an agreement, even signing the agreement saying, but we're no longer going to do business. Most of the time, the person, it'll de-escalate the problem because they're going to see the money, you're taking the product that they don't like. And in the end, most likely that person will have come to you, or they still will come to you for advice or another product, because if you're a person of honesty and integrity, they'll come back to you. I guarantee it. And I've had that situation. So let me tell you a quick story and I'll finish on that. Again, I'm in sales and I rarely have this, but I had a customer who was just upset. He got his product. It worked very well. Something came up though. Something came up and he came to me and said, I want my money back, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything wrong with your product? No. Is there anything you're upset about? Well, yes, I'm upset that this wasn't what I wanted and so forth. I said, okay, all right, no problem. Unfortunately, we can't return it because they went past the return policy, so we couldn't do that. And the person started escalating so forth. I said, listen, here's what we can do. If you're upset, I can offer you this service. If not, I think it's time for you to leave. You know, you're not taking my offer up. That's it. I de-escalated the problem. I did not have an issue after that because the person left and I cut ties with them. And that was the best thing for me in my business. So, what other ideas do you have about dealing with people, about dealing with difficult people? There's some awesome people. Most of the people you'll deal with, they're great, they're awesome. But what about those that are really difficult to deal with? How do you do it? How do you deal with difficult people? Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below for future questions. Any questions you want me to address or talk about in these chats, I'll be more than happy to do that. Don't forget to subscribe to hear more and browse our page. We have lots of cars, lots of reviews, and I'll see all of you